This ties a little bit into the NCAA because if your child has a lower GPA that they're trying to raise their GPA either for graduation or for college or for athletics, they need to do that. Now, these are the reasons why students should take an online course. One is it's a requirement for graduation. You have to take one online course for graduation. Two is to earn grade forgiveness or make up a missed class. If you got an F or a D in a class or you missed the opportunity to take a class like personal fitness, you might need to do that online to improve that, that class in your GPA. When you retake a class, if you got an F or a D in a class and you retake that class and you get a C or better, the F or D comes out of your GPA. And the C, A, or B will replace it, which will help raise the GPA. And the other reason is that academic acceleration. Sometimes if a student's trying to graduate early or they want to take a class that we might not offer, like Chinese or Latin or something like that, they might take a class that's available online that we don't teach here because maybe only a handful of students want to take the class. Why should you not take an online class? To have a free period from school. Some students say, hey, I can trade off a class 6th or 5th hour for an online class off campus. But that's not a good reason to do because what happens is sometimes the students don't finish the class online and then they fall farther behind in their credits because they weren't taking the class here at school. The other reason is you don't have a live teacher, and if you're trying to take a hard class like math or foreign language, it can be a little bit harder online, okay? Another reason is just because you don't like the teacher here, you might not like your teacher online either. They tend to even be stricter with timelines and things like that. Or the class is too difficult here. So if you're in Algebra 2 here and it's really hard, and then you take it online, it might be hard there, and you may not get the foundation you need to go on to math after Algebra 2. To online requirement, you need one online course. It could be any online course for graduation. A lot of kids will take an easy class like driver's ed or parenting skills, and they count for the online requirement. You need to complete the online requirement by April of your senior year for graduation. But if you're a junior and you want to get a parking decal or go to homecoming or prom or grad bash your senior year, you have to have both your 20 hours of service and your 20 hours of community service and your online class completed by August 1st. If you try to buy, a lot of times kids want to buy a prom ticket or something, they come in the day we sell prom tickets and they're like trying to turn in their community service and online class. It has to be done a couple weeks before that. Okay? We don't do everything at the last time. How do you fulfill the online requirement? You have to take one full course. If the class is a single semester, like driver's ed or parenting skills, it meets the requirements. If it's a full year course that has 2 semesters, like English or math, you have to do both semesters. What are your options for online learning? The most common one kids do is Florida Virtual School, Palm Beach Virtual School, which are really one and the same. Florida Virtual School and Palm Beach Virtual School are online classes run through the state of Florida. The one difference is Palm Beach Virtual doesn't run over the summer, but Florida Virtual School runs year-round. So students can select up to 3 classes at a time. They're taught by Florida certified teachers, and teachers are available 8 to 8 Monday through Friday and a little bit during the weekend. This is the website that shows you where you register. In the upper corner, students would sign up or log in. And then these are a list of some of the classes you can see on the website. And they have a lot of other classes beyond these, but these are some of the basic academic classes. And when they select a course, these are some of the easy classes we suggest. If a student's just trying to raise their GPA here at school for graduation, or if they're trying to just take a class and meet the online requirement, these are some of the simple classes. If they're trying to raise their academic GPA for college or for NCAA, remember they have to take academic classes. So they would have to be classes in math, science, English, social studies, foreign language. Online they do have some classes. They have psychology, they have marine science, physical science. Those classes aren't too bad. And they help raise the academic GPA. To register for a class, we have these directions. They're available in guidance on a printout, and they're also in the packet. So students just follow the step-by-step instructions, and they can actually sign up pretty easy. The most important thing on this is when it asks for their student number, it's important to put a 50 in front of it, because that tells them you're from Palm Beach County. That's the one mistake some students make. They'll come in and say, my student number didn't work, and it's because you didn't put a 50 in front of it. But we try to tell them that so that they know that. Okay? After you register for a class, you request a class, the request comes to us, we approve them every school day, and then once we approve them, you're going to get get assigned a teacher right after that time for the date that you selected. So students need to check, they need to check their account every day starting that day. And they'll see when they're in the class, it'll say you're in, and then underneath that there'll be an orange button that says teacher. When they click on that teacher button, it's going to tell them the teacher's name, a link for the teacher's email, and then the teacher's phone number. And you're going to have to contact that teacher by telephone and email to set up a welcome call. Once you complete the welcome call, you're fully in the course, and then you have to start working on it and keep pace, doing a certain number of assignments that that teacher outlines for you each and every week. If you need to contact the teacher, you can do that through phone or email. Like I said, they're available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Parents are also going to have to speak to the teacher the first time during the welcome call, and then usually once a month every time after that. At Park Vista, the workload expectations and the pace chart. If you take an online class, you're expected to submit a certain number of assignments every week on a regular basis. You can have that teacher set up a pace chart where you guys agree on how quick you'll finish the class. This is especially important for graduating seniors. If they need the class for graduation, they got to finish it by April 30th. There are some other options. Students can take an online class and substitute it for a class here at school or in a lab. We do have a permission form for students to do that. So if they complete the permission form, we can either put them in a lab or have a free period. If a student doesn't finish the class either on time or at all, we might rescind that opportunity in the future. Other options to take online classes are through accredited correspondence programs. These are programs like American School or BYU Online. There's a bunch of them. There's a link here where you can click on it and you'll see them. The difference with these programs is you have to pay for them. So they do charge money for the programs. Florida Virtual School and Palm Beach Virtual School is entirely free. But if you go to the correspondence schools, you can take a class at BYU or American School, but you're going to pay $200 to $300 per class. Whereas if you take it on Florida Virtual School, it's free. Okay? If your child's on track for graduation, they have to have at least a 2.0 GPA and the proper number of credits. So this is where a student might take an online class if they're below that 2.0, or if they're behind in credits to try to make that up. The best time to do that is over the summer. And if they want to take a summer class, they actually should register now and then pick like a June start date, like the first week of June. That holds their place in line. These are the requirements for graduation. So we go over this every year with students when we meet with them, in April. And if they're falling behind in any of these credits, they need to maybe think about taking a class online. Some of the classes that students struggle with the most are probably math. And also, sometimes students forget to do their art or their PE, but they can do those online as well. And an art credit could be like music, drama, speech, debate, computers, or art. So there's a lot of different classes that need that art. These are the requirements for graduation, so you need those credits, plus you need a 2.0 GPA, which is a C average. You have to pass the 10th grade FSA in language arts, the Algebra 1 EOC. You have to take the EOC in biology, geometry, and U.S. history, which are required courses. You have to do 20 hours of community service, one online class, and those 24 credits. If you want to go to the state university, these are schools like FAU, University of Florida, Florida State. You need to take at least 18 academic units, but you'll see that some schools like Florida State and UF, students average about 22 to 24 academic units, so they take more. And what are my child's options for recovering credits or grades or raising their grade point average? This is the forgiveness rule I talked about, where if a student gets a D or an F in a class, they retake it. If they get an A, B, or C, that grade will replace the D or F on the transcript and in the GPA calculation. Both grades will still show up on the transcript, but the higher grade will take the place of the lower grade and the GPA will go up. Keep in mind that colleges sometimes will do that grade forgiveness as well. So some colleges will say, hey, you took Algebra 1 and you got a D, but then you retook it and got an A, we're only going to count the A. Some colleges will average the two grades together. So it depends on the college. If you took a middle school class for high school credit and you got a C, D, or F, you also have the option to make up a C. But once you get to high school, you can only make up a D or F. The forgiveness rule is generally used, like I said, in high school if you get a D or an F, but you have to get a C or better. In middle school, like I said, if you got a C, you can replace that, but of course you can only replace it if you get an A or B in the class afterwards. So the grade that you take the second time has to be higher than the grade you take the first time. Students can take grade forgiveness classes on Florida Virtual School or Palm Beach Virtual School or our E2020 lab. The E2020 lab, however, those classes won't count for college admission to a four-year university, and they won't count for NCAA. So those are used really only for students who are desperate to graduate from high school and have no other options. And of course, you can always retake the classes here at school, or you can use one of those correspondence programs if you want to pay a fee to take a class through an accredited program. E2020, that's the program I talked about. That's a credit recovery program here in a lab. Remember, it doesn't count for NCAA or Bright Futures or universities. It's the best online option for students who are, like I said, otherwise would not graduate, but it's not a good option for student athletes or college-bound, university-bound students. The course is a remediation course, so it allows for accelerated progress, and students don't have to do the entire course. They're actually tested, and if they know the material, they don't have to redo parts of the course, so they can test out of it, and that's why the NCAA and colleges won't accept it, because it's not a full version course. It's a credit recovery course. We offer free tutoring at our school in math, science, English, social studies, and foreign language. All subjects on Tuesdays after school, Wednesdays in foreign language. We have math tutoring on Mondays and Tuesdays during lunch, and Wednesdays and Thursdays before school in room 4106, and any student. We also have the Text Media Tutor Program. If the student has a Palm Beach County library card, they can call between 3 and 9 Monday and Thursday, and they can get help. They can also access it by online. And then Khan Academy is a great website for math. If the student's struggling in algebra, geometry, algebra 2, this is a great website to use at home. It's entirely free. Students can set up an account and they can actually view videos and do practice on there. And Khan Academy also has SAT prep. So students can link their College Board account to Khan Academy to increase their SAT scores. And it's all customized individually to them. So it's a great program and it's free. So all they have to do is, on their College Board account, create a College Board account, create a Khan Academy account, and link the two together. And then Khan Academy will use your PSAT scores or your SAT scores to tailor-make a study program for you. These are some keys to academic success. Most of these are common sense. Be in school on time every day as much as possible, unless you're deathly ill. Participate in taking class notes. Use a planner. Use study guides, things like Cornell notes and flashcards. Do your homework in classwork all the time. Study for exams, and try to do that in a method where you start studying a few days out, so you're not cramming for exams at the last minute, but chunk that information into small, manageable pieces. Be sure to communicate with your teachers and attend our free tutoring if you need extra help. Join our Guidance Remind. This will help keep you up to date on the things that we're doing in the guidance office. You text @PD Guidance to 81010. And we send out reminders about college visits and scholarships and all financial aid and all the coffee talks that we do and summer programs, all sorts of stuff. Thanks for attending. This is our guidance staff. Our next coffee talk is going to be on college admission and search and applications. This is especially important for 11th grade parents, and that's going to be Thursday, May 25th. And then a final note, we'll be meeting with all students in April, unless they're a senior, about courses for next year, okay? So we're going to be meeting from like April 7th to April 21st with every 9th, 10th, and 11th grader. We're going to give them information on their courses for next year. They're going to have a chance to go over that course request with us one final time. They'll get a copy of it ahead of time. We'll also give them information on college planning and academic information for the coming school year. Do you have any questions, Dan?